Canadian Securities Exchange, day 2 of the PDAC conference. I'm sitting down with Richard Penn, who's the CEO of Black Tusk Resources. Richard, thank you so much for taking the time to join us.
Thanks for having me.
Great. Why don't we start off by you giving us a little bit of insight into your background, what brought you into the mining space, and then we can go into Black Tusk and what you guys do.
Yeah, sure. I mean, originally I was a stockbroker in Vancouver, when I was a broker, it was the mining market was a really bull market in the sector, and the whole cannabis craze had not really happened yet. Everything was resource stocks, so it's sort of how I was brought into the business in a bull market in the mining sector. So it really is my background.
I remember when we met actually originally years ago as a broker and even before that. Why don't we talk a little bit about your company and what you guys are doing?
Yeah, our company is based in the Abitibi Greenstone Belt of Quebec, and we have a gold project called the Mackenzie East project. It's basically, we're bordered alongside Monarch Gold, which has just recently had some very high-grade drill results that they put out, and our geologists believe that trend of those quartz veins are trending southeast onto our project. So it's very exciting. We're going to be drilling this summer. So it's kind of a perfect time to be looking at our shares, and I know talking about the mining sector. I mean, being in mining is not like being between a rock and a hard place. It's actually a fantastic sector to be in. So any of the young investors looking at the sector right now, it's actually perfect timing for them to be coming into the sector.
I completely agree. Now, a lot of these young investors, like you mentioned, they might not be familiar with the region. I mean, yourself and me, we've been in the industry for a while, so we know the benefits of having a project within that region of the Abitibi. Why don't you talk to us about how you came about this project? I know you guys have been focused on it for quite a while, but maybe some insight on the benefits of being focused on that region.
Yeah, I mean, like the overall sector, obviously gold is we feel like we have a lot of wind in our sails right now. So and the area that we're in Quebec is basically Quebec to operate as one of the most pro-mining friendly provinces in Canada. I mean, coming from BC, I love my province obviously, but Quebec is very pro-mining friendly. They encourage and incentivize people to invest in their province. So we really enjoy operating in Quebec, and some of the biggest gold mines in Canada, they're all in the Val-d'Or region. Yeah.
Now, being at PDAC, it's been a busy couple of days here so far. What's been your one takeaway from being here so far? And what would you say to a young investor on reasons why they should be at conferences like this, talking to companies like yourselves, and getting to know the people behind the companies as well?
Yeah, I mean, I encourage any young investors. I mean, if they're, especially the last few years of maybe they knew cannabis and cryptocurrencies, and now a lot of money has exited that, and now it seems to be going into the resource sector. So get out there and learn about the space, learn the companies and the people behind it. Like I like the saying, sometimes you bet on the jockey, not the horse. So I mean, there's thousands of companies, but if you get to know the people behind the company, then I think that's a good way for investors to walk around and meet the people.
Richard, I think that's a great takeaway to get out of something like the PDAC conference. I really do appreciate you taking the time to sit down with us for a few minutes. Why don't you let our audience know maybe where they can get some more details on your company?
Yeah, I mean, we trade on the CSE exchange, so we already love being on the stock exchange, and our stock symbol is TUSK. So we always say grab the bull by the tusk. Our stock symbol's Tusk, and you can go on our website, blacktuskresources.com, and we have all sorts of information on there.
Enjoy the rest of the show, and thank you for your time.
Always great to see you, Neil.